if you want to stay in for Valentine's Day, how about spicing the night up with a bit of a romantic movie?
Whether you're watching with your mate, friends, or on your own, our next guest has a few picks that will have you love and love. So please welcome back Jacqueline Coley from Rotten Tomatoes. Good morning.
Good morning.
Great to have you.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I'm really excited on Valentine's Day. Feel the love.
Well, that's good, because that's what we need to talk about. So the first pick that you have is based on a true story. So let's take a look at The Big Sick.
Oh.
Are you judging Pakistan's next top model?
You know how we have arranged marriage in my culture?
Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Can you imagine a world in which we end up together?
I don't know. She's checked in tonight. There's an infection. We put her in a medically induced coma.
So let's talk about The Big Sick. Tell for those that are not familiar with it, what is the gist of this story?
So The Big Sick is basically the story of Kumail Nanjiani and his wife, Emily V. Gordon, meeting many years ago. And this is an Oscar-nominated script which tells the story of them basically breaking up and then her being put into a coma, where he spent 2 weeks sort of figuring out what was happening to her, realizing how much she meant to him alongside her parents. And again, this is a real life story. It went on to be nominated for Best Original Screenplay at the Academy Awards. And Emily and Kumail, I believe, just recently celebrated their 15th anniversary, and you can see him on Welcome to the Chippendales. Really great true life love story.
I cried like a baby watching this movie. Cried like a baby.
So incredible.
I know. Have you ever seen it?
You know, and a real man cries.
Oh, yeah.
Just
absolutely.
Right?
Please.
I love it.
I mean, I cry at commercials.
So great.
Next is a classic, right? When Harry Met Sally.
Absolutely.
Why do you think it's really stood the test of time?
Yeah, absolutely. And I also think just so many scenes are quotable from it. We all know, I have what she's having, but also the great declaration at the end with Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal. I absolutely love the idea that even the parts about a person that you dislike, they actually could also fall in love with them. Funny enough as well, another one of the films on my list from today, Love and Basketball, when Gina Prince Bythewood, who recently directed The Woman King, was going about writing her screenplay for that one, she actually used this film as the inspiration for it, and this idea of two friends who should be together, but maybe they don't realize how much it is. So not only is this a classic rom-com, it's also inspired other great rom-coms that are on our list at Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, and some of them we have to go a little bit further back, right? Next is a classic film from the 1930s. So let's take a look at the clip, and then we'll talk about it on the other side.
Oh, you're such a smart aleck. Nobody knows anything but you. I'll stop a car, and I won't use my thumb.
What are you going to do?
The system on my own.
I love it. So it's called It Happened One Night. So talk about who the stars are. What do you love about it?
This one is absolutely incredible. We have Frank Capra directing this one. This is actually the original rom-com that so many rom-coms are based off of. This is the, Clark Gable plays the sort of begrudging reporter who is booked to write a story about this heiress who has been whisked away in the middle of the night because she's trying to marry a supposed schemer. Her father, billionaire, is like, please don't marry him. But Clark Gable, in this sort of whirlwind attempt to get her to her fiance, falls in love with her and has a grand declaration. Pretty much every road trip rom-com is based off of this one. And of course, you get to see the incredible Clark Gable doing exactly what he used to do, making all the ladies swoon.
There you go. And I love an oldie. I think there's something romantic about like cuddling up and watching an oldie. But a goodie. For Valentine's Day, though, Rotten Tomatoes, you guys have gotten together, teamed up to pick 200 of the best romantic comedies of all time. And that's a lot. But what tops the list?
So there's a ton of ones that top the list. I believe the very top one, I think It Happened One Night, because the list keeps changing, so I don't want to say it's wrong. But the last time I checked, it Happens One Night. That was the one that topped our actual list. In addition to that, several films, which you didn't get to mention here, from The Princess Bride, The Apartment, so many great ones on there. Absolutely a lovely list for Valentine's Day for you guys to queue up at home.
Yeah, you also picked Love and Basketball, which you mentioned already. And this is, so what makes this a romantic movie versus a sports movie?
It's a bit of both, and that's the best part about these lists. It's romantic because, yes, there's sports. You're seeing Sanaa Lathan, Omar Epps, two basketball players at the beginning of their career trying to build themselves as basketball players, but also fall in love. In a lot of ways, it's very similar to some of these artist tales where you have to let the thing that you love be coming second place to the relationships in your life, or sometimes the relationships in your life play second place to the thing that you love. And the beauty of love and basketball is they both find a common place in both and their love for each other.
Yeah.
Really great story of the early days of the NBA. And again, Gina Prince Bythewood, who has just been an incredible director for years. This was really the film that sort of like set her off, produced by Spike Lee as well.
Nice. And then last but not least, certainly, Pretty Woman. I mean, you got to have Pretty Woman on the list.
You absolutely have to get some Julia Roberts on the list. I mean, she, along with Sandra Bullock and maybe a few other names like, you know, Queen Latifah, queens of rom-coms, as I like to say, and Pretty Woman is my absolute favorite. She, of course, plays the lady of the night who finds her Prince Charming, the ultimate Los Angeles Cinderella story. And in fact, I was just yesterday at the famous hotel that the movie is based off of, the Beverly Hilton. I was celebrating the Oscars luncheon, so
nice.
I do apologize if I'm a little tired. It was a long day, but that if you want to do that great moment from the movie where she sits down and says, "Come on in, there's a sofa in here for two," that same bench and elevator is still there to this day.
Ooh,
That's
good
cool.
to know
That's
for
very
that
cool.
next Valentine's Day visit. Thanks
Absolutely.
so much. All right, Jacqueline
Thank you all
Coley.
for having me.
Yeah, thanks for sharing these great picks. And for even more suggestions, RottenTomatoes.com for the 200 best romantic comedies of all time.